Some reason I'm in the mood for coffee today. Second cup. Yo, what up? Welcome back again. Updates. And there was a spy among us, but I think I figured somebody help me figure that out. But I don't care. We're not saying anything wrong. I don't care if there's a spy. I don't care that they're reporting back to her. I'm not making shit up. I'm not telling lies. Just saying the truth. That's me. Where is it? Right here. Ooh, how do I do this? Right there. Zesty Manny. Let's see what else is here. Okay, so is it still too loud? There, is that better? Music. I want to keep it something in the background. So by now, as you all heard, we got me? Everybody can hear me okay? Somebody give me a thumbs up. I mean, I believe you can hear me, but I had the music on too loud, but I cut it down. All right. So, good Lord, where do we begin? So, last night, she got arrested and overnight went to jail. She got processed this morning. And then around noon, whatever time it was, maybe 2 o'clock, she was out and she had gone live already. This arrest has nothing to do with the incident at the dollar store that happened the other day. It's got nothing to do with that. Okay, is it still too loud? You guys, it's still too loud. I can lower it. All right, there. Now it's really low. It's cool. Hey, if it's loud, you guys tell me it's loud. I get it. You're not going to offend me. I promise. So she got out, and I was very interested, as we all were, to see what she's going to say when she goes live. How is she going to spin this? What is she going to say? Is she going to say why? I know why. I know what the charge is. A couple of screenshots have been out there showing, an arrest sheet with a mugshot, and I'm not sure how accurate the actual photos are. The one with the black shirt, there were a couple of them. The one where she's got a black top, a black blouse, that's an old mugshot. So somebody popped that in there for whatever reason. And there's another one, she's wearing a yellow shirt. And I hear that she may have worn that last night to the gym or from the gym, which is weird that she would wear that. I don't know. It's something weird about that. But she was arrested. That's 100% for sure. So now what we're gonna do is watch this her live. It was not even 30 minutes, and let's see what she's got to say about it. Um, if you ask me, if I go to jail overnight, first thing I do when I get home is take a freaking shower, change my clothes, put on fresh clothes, freshen up, take a nap maybe. And then if I want to go live, I'll go live. But I'm going to clean myself up first. That's what I'm going to do. But that's just me. To each their own. Let's see. Where is this video? All right, ready? Let's do this. Happy Friday, by the way. Oops. I love my Tumblr. And yes, there was a bond of $10,000, and apparently someone put it up, or somehow she did, or I don't, honestly, I was arrested once on a formal. This was when I first moved to Texas. There was a mix-up on bank accounts, and they called it a hot check. This was back in, man, I don't remember, 2000. I don't even remember, 3 or 4, something like that. Anyway, it was a mix-up, but I don't remember. I don't know what, if you have the money, even if you have the money, how are you going to access it if you're jailed and you can't get out? You know what I mean? I don't know that whole process because I've never been in and out of jail a bunch of times in my life. It's not my thing. But somehow she got out. Thinking, just reflecting how great my life has been. 13 arrests now. 13. Why are they doing this to me? They gave me one more arrest. By the way, here in Brownsville, it was 99 degrees today. Freaking hot as F. Humidity is close to 80%. It's freaking ridiculous. Thank you.
I can't see any comments. Hello, Yolanda. How are you? 1 second, y'all. Let me see.
And you know what? Just to be just a heads up, because I've been accused of this before, and they try to copyright claim my pages, my videos. She has. Let's do this. This live video is a reaction / commentary video created for purposes of opinion, criticism, discussion, and public commentary. It uses publicly available material only as needed to respond, analyze, or express viewpoints. No claim is made to ownership of third-party content shown incidentally. This content is protected under the free speech rights guaranteed by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution and other applicable laws governing commentary, criticism, and fair use. All opinions in these live video transmissions or recordings belong to Manny behind the mic and or Manny's Hard Truth, respectively. This has been a public service announcement. All right. So I'm not doing this to harass or to, honestly, not even to make fun. It's just to contradict lies with what we know is actual fact and truth. What happens in the comments? Hey, that's none of my business. None of my business. Oh, she's probably writing the thing she's going to put up on the screen there. You know, the one that says that I'm a hateful person. And so there you go. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Everything's okay now. Everything's okay now. Hello, this is Vanessa Tejerina coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. If this is one of the first videos that you're watching of mine, welcome. And if you've been here before and you haven't caused any problems, welcome back. Right? I just got off the phone with some people. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. This is a survival page. If you've never seen a survival page, you're watching one now. My survival started 12 years ago. And I'm here near the end of the survival. And even though they did what they did to me last night, it's still the end of my fucking survival. Because I'm going to survive that. So, I believed I'm a mother. I'm a regular person. I live in the southernmost tip of Texas, the Rio Grande Valley. Starr County, Loudoun County, Cameron County, and Willacy County. I'm from Willacy County. Everything started, right? I had a clean record for 38 years of my life. And everything started when I decided to believe all 4 of my children. That's all I did. And I did the most that a parent can do by every legal, lawful, ethical means necessary. And I don't take any of it back. And I would do it again.
Someone, excuse me, someone asked me to turn up her volume, but I believe the volume on her side is, oh, there you go. Maybe a little bit higher. Okay. Now she's at full blast.
All over again. Yep. Doesn't matter what happened. I would do it again. Because what ultimately matters is that those 4 children know one person believed them.
Believed them, but how about believed in them? Yeah, that doesn't do it for me.
One human being. The one human being that they really needed to believe them. Believed them. And they didn't just believe them. They did the most. Right? But you don't do that in a small Texas town. You don't, not without consequences. So last night I was arrested for the 13th time. The 13th time. Okay? And thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. No, the gang stalking and the gang harassment's all starting all over again. And everybody seems to think that it's okay. No, I cannot afford to move. This is where I'm going to stay.
This was live about 2 hours ago, roughly.
If it wasn't for my blood, sweat, and tears, they would have destabilized me a long time ago after every attempt they made. Thank you, Rochelle. Tells me that they were taking pictures of my home. There. Because somehow, throughout these years, I've gotten these people from the public who, many of those from the public, the most vicious ones, I will always believe had something to do with my face being tortured. And the district attorney, who's the same one prosecuting me, could not reasonably be expected to seek the necessary level of justice. Because she's prosecuting me. And also, she doesn't want me to be right. So
I want to say something about, she's talking about people taking pictures of her house. I don't know who did that. I don't know if that was done or not. She has publicly stated her address and where she lives many times on her videos. Kind of poking at people like, I dare you to come to my house. Oh yeah, I live on blah 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 in Raymondville. So she had already put that information out there, doxing herself, if you will.
Of course, you're not going to ask for very important information and subpoena very important information to rule people out of that beating. But what happened to 2 of my children was an absolute terror. And, well, last night's arrest was probably the most important one so far. Last night's arrest, right, has to do with the threat that the district attorney followed through 3 years ago. You see, she doesn't care, and I'm sure she didn't tell the Texas Rangers or anybody that's in an upper level of governmental control over her. She didn't let them know, right, that she had video proof of a case against me in which she had, by law, had the duty to drop. That's a violation of the Michael Morton Act and my civil rights. You saw 2 officers violating my civil rights. One of those officers was closely related to the person that harmed my children.
I don't know how these police officers or whatever harmed her children. Remember this, she's accusing a particular officer, if not a couple, of planting evidence in her car. This is that famous crack pipe that we saw the officer walk from the car with. And for some reason, maybe some of you who are in law enforcement, why would they put evidence?
When the public finds out about that.
Whoops, this thing just went offline for a second. It just flashed off and on. Anyway, for anybody in law enforcement, or you got law enforcement in your family, if you find paraphernalia, why would you put it back? If you're, isn't that collected as evidence? Anyway, the officer grabbed it, he walked out, showed it to a superior, I'm sure, and then walked it back to the vehicle. She's saying she took that little clip of him walking to the car with the pipe and saying he's planting evidence without showing the whole video. The second point on that, the very next morning when she got out of jail, she said, yeah, it was my pipe. It was mine. She didn't say pipe, but it was mine. It was in my house and I didn't want it there. I played the video last night. I played the video yesterday. She admitted that it was hers. So, but she'll never talk about that. And she probably doesn't want anyone to see that. But keep that in mind about the police officer, because Watch where she's going with this.
They're going to be in shock, right? So 3 years ago, I mean, if your cases were strong and sealed and you were going to win those cases, why were you going to try to get me to plea? Why would you want me to plea under the threat of what happened to me last night?
Under the
Exactly.
threat. Under the threat of what happened to me last night. What does that even mean? What does that mean?
So last night's arrest is the most important one so far because it proves there's a district attorney in the United States in Texas.
What does it prove?
Her name's Annette Hinojosa. She cares more about covering the asses of people who have allegations against them from children and keeping their legacies intact.
Do I need to show the video confessing with that it was her thing? You know what? This is only 24 minutes or whatever. Let's just finish. We're almost halfway through it.
Including their relatives. She cares more about framing me, right? Because if everything I've said in the last 13 years is true, that makes these people some of the most awful people alive. Right? Last night's arrest proves that there's a district attorney in the United States that cares more about framing somebody who, with just democracy itself. We're
going to talk about why she was arrested. I mean, she's going to touch on it, but I want to hear more.
Was able to survive all of their corruption so far. Instead of caring about the constitutional violations that were perpetrated by 2 police officers. She doesn't go to the Texas Rangers about those 2 police officers, no. Instead, she's going to let those 2 police officers go on and, oh, it's okay that you planted evidence in a car, that's fine, that's so fine. We're going to go ahead and allow you to be employed at an upper level, a governmental agency, both of you.
Thanks, Jacob.
Meanwhile, we're still going to go after this woman. And this woman is still going to survive the fuck out of you. I am. I promise you. Yeah, this is live. This is live. I don't know if people are asking if this is live. If this is like, if there's any new haters here, I'm not the usual person that you go troll.
For those who don't know, the warrant was for intimidation of a witness, and we'll get into that in a minute.
I'm not. This is truly a survival page. Nobody knew about me until I had to survive. I mean,
but that's because you wanted everyone to know about you. I don't know. Some of you guys haven't heard this. Choose to go live many times a day, many times an evening, for hours at a time, talking about every single bit of her life, everything, kids, personal, relationships, job, you name it. She wanted everyone interested. Come and hear me. I want the attention. Come and hear what I got to say. And now, and some of these things we've been around for years, waiting for the outcome. And now that things are, coming to an end and everybody's interested. It's like, yeah, well, I want to know what's happening with that or what happened with that. And now she's like, oh, it's none of your business. Why are you so concerned? It's like, well, you made us concerned. You made people interested.
Maintained a low profile. But I always knew my entire life that when I wanted to get attention, I'd get it. I knew it wasn't going to be hard. So yeah, it's live. So I'm kind of glad that the Dollar Tree thing happened recently, because that made me reactivate, which put new, fresh eyes, including the eyes that have already been watching what's been happening to me. So y'all already had your fingers on the pulse of my story because of this Dollar Tree situation. But I kind of thank goodness for that now. Because, well, now you know what I've really been going through. No one is going to go after a woman so badly unless they're covering up something absolutely awful that they were part of.
So Nicole says, I don't see any pages other than yours streaming her anymore. What happened? Uh, the some of the other pages, local, we'll call them content creators. They had their neighbors. They had more of a personal beef going on. And they've got lawsuits going on with stuff, and some of them don't go live anymore, or some can't. So things have really quieted down because people became cop callers and trying to get people arrested for harassment and online bullying and that kind of stuff. Because things got out of control, they got physical, they got violent, and just things are just out there in that neighborhood are just crazy. So I'm just interested in telling the truth. She's accusing 3 people of conspiring to have her beat up. That's a lie, and a big lie. And she's just deflecting. Nothing is her fault. She doesn't take any responsibility. I mean, you name it. There's a lot there, but let's just we'll come back to some of that stuff a little bit later.
No one's gonna do this to anybody. No. So that's what happened. That's what happened. You can send me those screenshots, Rochelle. I mean, it probably doesn't even matter, right? I was coming from the gym last night, and my nursing bag was falling forward. So I pushed it back, but as I was turning left, it was when it was falling forward, and I didn't want all my stuff from inside the bag to fall out. So I made a wide turn. Well, I got pulled over for making a wide turn. And so, okay, well, I'm getting my ID and whatever out. And they asked me, the Raymondville police asked me, do you have any warrants or anything? I was like, no. No way. Right. Not that I know of, but it didn't say not that I know of. I said no. Because why would I? Reasonably, why would I, right? The corruption is never reasonable. Never. It never makes sense. If it would make sense, then it wouldn't be corrupt. So they run my name, and surprise, right? There is a warrant, but it's strange, right? It's a warrant from the DPS. I don't remember ever getting a ticket. I don't remember any of that.
DPS, Department of Public Safety, which falls under the Texas Rangers.
So I want to thank the Raymondville Police Department. I really do. I want to thank the officer that drove my car. I love you. I'm being serious. Thank you. Thank you. They were all surprised. I'm not kidding. This is the same police department that I've been surviving, but it's not the same officers. They're different officers. I want to thank them for having the patience that they did have. While I did the same thing that I did with my daughters in the car. I was like, well, if you're going to arrest me, let me secure my job. And I thank them for having that patience. I want to thank the officer that drove my car. You don't know how hard it was for me to hand him my keys, knowing that officers had previously planted evidence in my car from that same department.
Sorry, I just
It was
flipped myself over. Wasn't mirrored properly. So I'm told by people that is not normal SOP. She said a police officer drove her car home. I've never seen that before. I mean, why would the officer even? This is the one accusing police officers of planting evidence in her car. Why would she then? Oh, let me allow a police officer to drive my car home, even if it's a half a block or whatever. Now, if that happened, which I don't believe it, I don't believe it. But if it did, Raymondville PD, because that's who drove it, not the DPS. It was Raymondville PD, she said. Broke the rules. Because now they leave themselves open for her to say, hey, I had money in there. My money's gone. Somebody stole the officer who was in there stole my money. Or, I got junk in there. Oh, the officer planted junk in there. He's trying to get me in trouble. Or, he crashed my car when he was turning into the gate, her turning into the driveway. Now it's all scratched up. That's why they wouldn't get in her car and drive it. It's like completely against the rules. And if it did happen, not a good move, Raymondville PD.
It was hard for me, but I also knew that I couldn't afford a towing service at this time. And
what I'm told, police don't care if you can't afford a tow truck or if you can't afford to get it out of the impound to recover your vehicle after you come out of jail. They don't care whether you can afford it or not. And the other thing is, they don't always take your car. I mean, if you're parked legally, if it's on the street somewhere, they may just leave it there. They're not necessarily going to take it unless it's involved in a crime and there's evidence to be had. So, yes, I could be wrong. I'm not a law enforcement officer, and I'm pretty sure each municipality has got their own rules. But for a police officer to drive her car home, to get into her car, it doesn't sound right.
I thank him. I thank him very, very much for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for not taking the opportunity to do some stupid corrupt shit to me while you were in my car. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to the deputy, the state trooper, for being kind. And for not being like the state trooper from 3 years ago. Thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you. And I know and to the jailers. Thank you guys for not being mean to me. Thank you all for not being mean to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A warrant for tampering with a witness.
Which is a serious charge. So let's see if she's going to get into it further. If not, I'll tell you what that's all about.
Yeah. Yeah. But as always, I'm going to insist on a jury trial. When I was arraigned, I was told that I could have I have the right to an evidentiary hearing, which that is going to happen. Thank goodness that one of the calls that I made last night was to my attorney, so I immediately have an attorney. And I just thank everybody for their kindness, and to the people from public who bonded me out. I love you very much.
People from the public who bonded her out. So if her bond was $10,000, right? 10%. And if she's in jail, she's locked up, somebody had to come out and bond her out, right? Or go to a bail bond place or whatever. Is that how that works? Would you risk that money?
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Hazel, Stark, if you can please give me a screenshot of who's doxing me, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I have to survive these people in power that obviously want to hide something very serious. I mean, I know what they're hiding. They just don't want the rest of the world to know what they're hiding.
Do tell.
Right? But I also have to deal with these people from the public who are not good people. They're dangerous people. Don't think that it just goes as far as let's exploit her mugshot, right? Let's do this schoolyard bullying kind of thing to her. No, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's much deeper than that. Yeah, but there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. All I can do is go to work, do what I can do, go home, ask for extra patrol, pray that the people that I ask extra patrol from are not corrupt and they won't accept a bribe so that other people can hurt me. That's all I.
Yeah, she most likely called some kind of bail bond company or someone to call a bail bond company. I don't think she called her attorney at that time of the night. I think she's got an attorney, but I don't know if he's on call for her like that.
I can do. All right. This is absolutely. What? No, Victoria, this is not for anything that's currently happening. And when I tell you that there have never been any credible witnesses against me, there have never been any credible witnesses against me, whether they have a badge or not. They've never been credible.
Okay. The warrant was for intimidation of a witness. And this goes back to that arrest of hers, June 3rd, which is the anniversary that's coming up, when she was at the Stars restaurant. The police were trying to get her to open her door, open her window, and she wouldn't. When they found that crack pipe, or we'll just call it a pipe, whatever you smoke in it, doesn't have to be crack, right? Whatever it is, allegedly, right? Allegedly. Although we've seen her do it live. But anyway, she tried to get someone to lie to the courts about that paraphernalia. And this person said, "Hell no, I am lying for you." So, because she said no, this person, this witness, that's when she started harassing and bullying. And online, during a live program, she was harassing that witness, intimidating that witness. That's where this comes from. And yes, that was almost 3 years ago, if not 3 years ago. And that's how long it took for all this to finally freaking happen. But it happened. And you know what? If you intimidate a witness, trying to bribe a witness, because that happened too, this is what's going to happen. Whether she knew that it was coming or not, I'm sure it was on her mind that it could happen. So maybe it wasn't a total surprise. But then again, when you have 12 arrests and you get arrested again, you're like, yeah, okay, another arrest, whatever. And that's sad right there. So she knows exactly what she did and what this is about.
And the same holds true for last night's arrest. And the world will see.
The world will see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But I love y'all.
Okay.
I love y'all. I love y'all. From the surprise of the Rainville Police Department, for them to be surprised, they were like, what do you have a warrant for? Because they know. They know. They know. All she does is just go home and goes to the store and goes to the gym, and that's it.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
And even the DPS trooper was like, I don't even really know what I'm doing. Well, like, he was just told to be doing this, and he's like, this is a strange thing. And then even the jailers were like, this has never happened before. The things regarding me are always things that never happened to anybody before. Because they always try to use these, ways of ruining people's lives that are novel to me. Because what usually works on other people doesn't work with me. And so they have to get creative. Mm-hmm.
Creative.
Yeah, Mr. Leroy Pena, yeah. It's not helpful to tell a woman who has survived 13 arrests. Right? It's not helpful. It's not helpful to tell a woman who has survived 13 arrests, has had to defend herself against a lot of different things, has gone through a lot of trauma, that you've repeatedly told her that she needs to move.
Self-inflicted trauma.
How the fuck is she gonna do that? With what money? With what money? And thank God that I hadn't moved. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I was out of state? Can you imagine if I was out of the county and this would have happened to me? No. I'm glad that it happened 2 blocks away from my home. 2 blocks. I am grateful for that. It would have been a huge mess if I would have been living in another city. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. That is not in line with my vibration.
Hi, Taylor.
It's not. Because at this point, the things that you usually tell the usual average kind of survivor, right, that hasn't survived all of this, you shouldn't tell them that at all. But you should definitely not tell somebody that has gone through everything that I've been through. That's not helpful. Anything that you tell somebody, I've already told you this, I've already told you this, how the fuck is she going to do that? How the fuck is she going to do that? That's not helpful. It's not. Right? In fact, I don't have this page for help. I've never asked you for help. I've never asked anybody for. I'm not asking out for help.
So she didn't ask for help, but the public bailed her out. How did that get out? You know what I mean?
I'm just documenting everything. That's all I can do is document. That's all I can do is document. The Dollar Tree incident is just that's nothing compared to what happened last night, and compared to the other, 11, 12 years.
Yeah, in case you didn't hear, she had an incident at the Dollar Tree. She was rude to a couple of employees, and the ultimately a Dollar Tree corporate ended up banning her from the store, so she's not allowed to go back to the Dollar Tree. Whole other incident, got nothing to do with this arrest, but it's just the timing of it is like it's hilarious.
All right. So this is Vanessa the Hirina again, coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. And I want to thank everybody. I had my 13th arrest last night.
Yes, she is, Brandy.
My 13th arrest. I'm about to get off this live video, and you can see the rest of what I've stated.
She is a LVN. In some states and cities, they are referred to as LPN.
Right. As with every arrest before this, I am confident. Absolutely. And like I said, I stated in this video why I think this last arrest, this most recent one, is the most important one so far. Because how the fuck can you be a district attorney and care more about framing a woman than you do about not going after officers who are blatantly, openly, and without any fear of consequence violating constitutional rights and doing criminal acts? How can that not be rising to the same level of energy that you put into prosecuting me? So that's why last night's was so important. Thank you. I love you. Okay, bye.
And there you have it.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
Weird.
So you notice how she did mention intimidation of a witness or whatever she said, interfering with a witness, whatever, which is a felony 3, if I'm not mistaken, which could get upgraded to a felony 2 if certain circumstances qualify. And we'll see if that happens. Also, she did apply for probation on her welfare fraud as long as she makes restitution. So she's supposed to pay back either the full amount. We don't know because the terms have not been released. The amount was almost $74,000. So they made some kind of a deal, whether she's got to pay back all of it or a portion of it. They reconvene on September 14th. But this today does not help that when she's applying, trying to get probation only. So we'll see how that's going to unfold. Right now, it's just a waiting game to find out what's going on. I know how she's so confident and stuff, or at least she likes to play it that way. Like she's so confident, like, oh, nothing's going to happen, or whatever. It's just, I'm going to win. I'm surviving, whatever. But it's got to be a horrible thing to live like that every day. Something's going on legally, court, something in the back in your life is always there on your freaking shoulders. Court. court, possibility of jail. I I don't think any of us. I don't want to live like that. Who wants to live like that? That's a horrible way to live. I don't know. I would not. That's not a life for me, man. Yeah, and she has. She has been intimidating people. Even this woman that was on the run recently. Remember, it was one of the people that was there when she took a beating back in Christmas Eve of 2020, and she would try to communicate with her through her live video, and you can tell she was trying to intimidate. So it's not the first time she's done something like that. Hey, John. John says, let's see, minimum sentence for a third-degree felony, which it is, heavily depends on the jurisdiction. Because you're in Texas, the mandatory minimum is generally 2 years in state prison, with a maximum of 10 years and $10,000 fine. And she can say she's never been convicted, after 13 arrests. She has usually pled out, or, she had to make restitution here and there. We showed the video last night. Did you guys want to see the video of her fessing up that it was her pipe? Are you guys interested in seeing that? I know some of you may not have seen it, but if you like, I can play it. It's not real long. I mean, the whole video is longer, but I'm only going to play that short clip. If you like, I can do that. Oh yeah, she would talk crap about everybody. She don't care. She's yes, okay. Give me a second here. So the whole video is 20 minutes, but I'm only going to play 5 or 6 minutes of it, something like that. So when she was arrested on June 3rd of 2020, this is the next morning. And her claim, ever since after this, her claim has been that a police officer planted evidence in her car. That's not mine. He planted it. The police planted it. They conspired. They're trying to frame me. That's been her argument lately. But watch this.
Vanessa Tijerina, coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley. I'm just waiting for you guys to tune in. I'm going to give you an update. I'm not going to take any of my videos down. I want to thank all of the people that are supporting me right now and that have supported me. I'm not going to drop out of this race. I'm not going to drop out of this election. My name is Vanessa Tijerina, and I'm coming at you live from the Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, at this point, she was running for, I think, Texas state representative or something like that.
The Rio Grande Valley is made up of 4 counties: Cameron County, Hidalgo County, Starr County, and Willacy County. You guys have seen my story. You guys have seen what I went through. They wanted what they wanted. They wanted it so badly. And the only reason that I didn't want to open, let me see. Great, awesome. Where was I? What was I saying? I forgot.
They got what they wanted.
They got what they wanted. This is it. You guys saw me. The entire world saw me. I had no problem opening up the door as long as I knew that my children were not going into CPS custody, and they didn't. They did not go. My children right now are not in CPS custody at all. At all. I want you guys to know that I thank all of you. I'm going through all of your messages. If you're wondering why I'm wearing the same thing, well, guys, remember,
My light went out. Remember, the day before yesterday, my light went out. I spent the night at my friend's house in San Benito. Just go straight. Just go straight. When you get to Sebastian, turn left on the express. Turn left. You guys saw that the minute that somebody was there for my children, I opened up them car doors. What did they tell you? They told you that they smelled an odor of marijuana, correct? Right? They found no marijuana. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. They found paraphernalia that had nothing to do even with marijuana. Nothing at all. Paraphernalia that was not mine, that was in my house, and that I did not want to throw away in the trash because it was not something that I wanted anybody to, I did not want that on my property. And I should have thrown it away as soon as I had found it. Other than that, there was no marijuana.
There it is. She admitted it was hers. You know, it's like, why is it in your house in the first place? That's what I would have like, okay, you put it in your car when you shouldn't have. That's the least of the problem. It's like, why do you have it in the first place? Unless it's being used. I mean, there it is. This is what I don't get. I mean, I get it. I know. That's why she doesn't want my page active. That's why she doesn't want these videos active. That's why she doesn't want, she's trying to take down my pages, my videos all the time, because she doesn't want this to be out there. And I'm not making this up. It's not like I'm just saying, oh, yeah, she said this, but she said it herself. She said it herself. And yes, this was Texas Rangers that were investigating her. And if you know the Texas Rangers or know anything about them, they're like better than the FBI. I mean, they make sure everything is freaking perfect when they decide that they're going to, charge on someone, bring charges on someone. Not little piddly crap. They don't play. They don't play at all. So this is out there. That's why she hates me. That's why. This is why she hates me. And I don't hate her. I know she likes to say she does. She likes to say that I do, but I don't. Like I said, I don't even know her personally, other than just knowing her from videos. And the couple times that we interviewed her when I was with this other page, when I started back in 2019, I think it was. And we talked once on the phone to set up the interview time. But besides that, I don't hate her. I don't like what she does, but I don't hate her. I hate very few people. I think I hate two people. I hate two people unrelated to this at all in my whole life. And I shouldn't hate them. But anyway. So a little bit later, I want to go have me some dinner, but I'm going to come back tonight. I'm going to find that video. I know the anniversary is coming up, but it shows the police officer what he's doing in the video. So come back for that. I'm going to dig that up, and we'll get into that a little bit, what happened on June 3rd, 2020. So as of right now, and then she came back. She did that video. She's out. Anyway, so we'll see how that affects her food stamp fraud deal that she has. We'll see what goes on with that. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't done so yet, give my Facebook page a follow, and on YouTube as well, Manny's Hard Truth. It's at Manny's Hard Truth. Subscribe there too. It's free, and I try to stream on both of these. And So yeah, I'll be back a little bit later. I'm thinking 9:30. It was Friday night. Yeah, 9:30 ish, and we'll look at some old stuff. And for some of you who don't know the whole story, that's a good starting point for a lot of what has happened to her. So be good. I appreciate you all. Thanks for being here. See you in a little while. Bye.